Well, this is a rare occurrence here at Avalon Gardens. Check it out. The top is 61. The high was 81. So that high is the same now. It's going low, so it's presently 61. And inside here is 7.1. They are all 0.1. Isn't that amazing? Hey, have I got stories to tell you at Avalon Gardens? Keep watching at KRAZTV. Hey, we'll put you at Tucson Mineral Mile. You know the gem shows are going on. And I'm going to make it like, you know, we did a little exclusive there with McCall when she gave us the giant pearl. Of course, I had to curse, ruin it, and republish it, but I'm so sorry for that. There's a lot I could say, but right now I want to say that that's right. This is the official announcement without the hat, with the in front of the door here. That's right, I'm in Avalon Gardens, and we want to announce that Tucson Mineral Mile, who I've shot for all today, will be available for a show special of 500 genuine United States currency, Morgan dollars or pre-65 liberties. So for 500 bucks of those coins, 500 of silver dollars, you can have this little empire of Tucson Mineral Mile. We'll explain that there's others available, and we'll have those details at our sites at TucsonMineralMile.com, KRAZTV, and Gem and Mineral Exchange about trading during the show silver coins for our domain names. And with this Tucson Mineral Mile, you get a surprise, and also you get all the archives and the joy that has always been here. KRAZTV has always presented, and our mission statement has been, a small voice for joy. You know, we advocated, and I was well, whipped upon because I endorsed Jill Stein as a television station, but then during the Trump-Biden, since I'm an independent journalist, I did not vote, but I have been called to jury duty for 30 times, and I've voted a lot. But in this particular one, I advocated on our website an honest AI for president. And do you know, and I realize, and probably you won't believe it, nobody cared. I am AI. Yes, that was on the website too. But it is still a small voice for joy. And I have an artificial voice over an AI. I am in Second Life as Dr. James McHugh. Yes, I do have a real PhD. That's not the point. The point is you know what? Now I'm looking at, you won't believe this, but I don't use AI as much as I need to. But when you need it, it's very precise, and it's pretty cool. If you start making slop, and that's why they have a whole thing about AI slop. So I'm hoping everything I made with AI has not been slop. But you know what? I've been sloppy in some of my presentations and all that. But I'm a real person, and pretty soon they're going to be rare. But that's not the point. Point is, keep Tucson Mineral Mile, and, well, we can talk about other great things. But it really involves other people. It involves all of us. A magazine, something that involves a social issue that all those people up and down, the women that start, Alfie Norville, you know, she argued for the mineral show, and back in the 60s we're going to lose it. And I say this year, if this was our last, it will be our greatest. But KRAZTV, that means keep real, A to Z true vision. That doesn't mean KRAZTV. You know, every time I type in KRAZTV and you type it into, it'll say, do you mean Crazy TV? We're not crazy, never were. But anyway, I'm not going to rant and rave. We're just letting you know that Tucson Mineral Mile and etc. and all of our archives and everything for this show special for the 2026 Tucson Gem Shows and will be available for your acquisition. So if someone would like to figure it out, the co-ops, it should be a multi-person thing. So we do broadcast from the Superb Minerals area, and that is a powerful place there on Maine, Oracle, Drachman, and it goes down, and if you stay on Maine, it becomes Granada and all of that. So it just goes through town, because the routes in the early days came through town, and then when the interstate changed over, they moved out there. So that's why I went on and we shot the Prince 10 Park, because that is the terminus. It's a huge 100 acres. So when you get off at Tucson Mineral Mile, the western terminus there on the interstate, it's all that between there and Prince. See? So it's all on the west side of I-10 west, going to San Diego or Phoenix. Anyway, so that's the story of all of that. So it really started a long time ago to keep the businesses going. And so, of course, you know, Miracle Mile is that program that was started, I think, in the 60s or whatever. So there's like 250 or more, many, probably thousands of cities that were actually saved or started programs, and that's how the Miracle Mile system happened. So there's this community Miracle Mile. Tucson just had Tucson Miracle Mile, and it was always, and then when it changed out, it had a checkered past for a little while. But you know, the point coming back to Tucson Mineral Mile is it was an inspiration, because all the dealers of the world's largest gem show has actually came to Tucson and invested and started districts and made addresses here. And I'm talking about a building like Mineral City Shows. They have 140 people, dealers, all these little roll-up booths and stuff, and showrooms, and these 5 or 6 complexes. And then right next to it is another complex, a Gem and Mineral Park. And right across the street is Mineral Galleries, and then right right across from the Elks is Sun Gemstones, and then there's a jewel tunnel, and they lease and have a place for Arkenstone. And Arkenstone is one of the finest and one of the greatest names in the world. And right across the street is Collector's Edge, Classics, Collector's Classics. All of these folks, they've invested in Tucson and international community. They want to start a dinosaur museum, I've heard. And just look at the rock yard. We went out there and he gave us a wonderful interview. Deb and Bruce Barlow, they've been digging dinosaurs too, and so they know right up the alley. And so Switzerland really I guess it was going to Switzerland. I'm speaking out of turn here, but perhaps somebody in there. But then, of course, you know, just last week we were at McCall and Company, and I said, "Oh, is it Incavi?" She said, "No, but I have to tell you, you're the very first person that I'm announcing. If you go look at it, the Giant Pearl." When I first put that out, I was cursing on a thing where I dropped my camera, and I was mad about killing my camera. You ever been without a camera? Anyway, sorry. But anyway, I republished it, and now it's called the Giant Pearl from Guam. And so that's McCall and Company. She's the queen of rocks. So there's a great personality. There's a lot of wonderful people. It's a cosmic site. And I'm going back to Superb Minerals, and we'll be rebroadcasting from outside there. And then we'll go in and meet Mr. Pandi. And perhaps we will have puja for all. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Saibao. Thank you all for watching. Remember, we only want 500 silver dollars. I guess one of the main thing I should do is get them to contact at TucsonMineralMile.com. Thank you, Doc Martin.